The classic Simpsons episode Homer at the Bat premiered in 1992. Nuclear power plant owner Mr. Burns bets the owner of the Shelbyville nuclear power plant that his softball team will beat Shelbyville's team. Mr. Burns, being Mr. Burns, decides to cheat and recruit ringers.
I've decided to bring in a few ringers. Professional baseballers. We'll give them token jobs at the plant and have them play on our softball team. Honus Wagner, Cap Anson, Mordecai Three-Finger Brown.
Sir?
What is it, Smithers?
I'm afraid all those players have retired and passed on. In fact, your right fielder has been dead for 130 years.
Damnation!
As a kid, I loved that 9 big league stars provided guest voices, including Darryl Strawberry, Wade Boggs, and José Canseco. As an adult, I'm far more amused at which players were picked by Mr. Burns. Let's talk about who Mr. Burns wanted for his all-star softball team. Shoeless Joe Jackson, Harry Hooper, Jim Creighton, Pie Traynor, Honus Wagner, Nap Lejeune, Cap Anson, Three-Finger Brown, and Gabby Street. All of Mr. Burns' players were born in the 19th century. Half played professionally in the early 20th century. Catcher Gabby Street, pictured left, had a thoroughly mediocre career. He was picked by legendary Simpsons writer John Swartzwelder for having a funny-sounding name, a qualification shared by third baseman Pie Traynor. Shortstop Honus Wagner is easily the best of the bunch. He matches Willie Mays or Mike Trout in terms of his all-around athleticism. Had Wagner played during the live ball era, he would have hit hundreds of home runs. Shoeless Joe Jackson is the second best position player on the team, and probably the best known. His fame grew not so much from his stellar hitting as his association with gamblers during the 1919 World Series and positive depiction in 2 successful Hollywood motion pictures. 2 of Burns' players are much older than their teammates. Jim Creighton, born in 1841, was among the game's first stars. He boasted a high batting average. But his greatest strength was on the pitcher's mound. Creighton delivered the ball faster than anyone else and limited opposing teams to a handful of runs in an era when teams routinely scored 30 times. Such dominance highlighted the value of power pitchers, as we would call them, and elevated the duel between pitchers and hitters. Creighton died in 1862. Cap Anson stands apart from everyone else. He played a full career that coincided with the advent of professional leagues in 1871. The game was quite different when Anson started out. Pitchers stood just 50 feet from batters, and all players fielded the ball barehanded. Anson racked up tremendous achievements, becoming the first person to record 3,000 lifetime hits. But racial prejudice tainted his career. He refused to take the field with black ball players, solidifying the era's segregation. Mordecai Brown, known as Three-Finger Brown, lost parts of 2 fingers in his youth during a farm machinery accident. Later in life, Brown discovered his natural grip added a spin that caused the ball to curve and break radically before reaching batters. Brown's knuckle curve, demonstrated here by Lance McCullers, along with his effective fastball and changeup, made Brown an elite pitcher who would post the 3rd lowest earned run average in baseball history. Back to Mr. Burns. When informed that his ringers are deceased, he says,
All right, find me some good players, living players. Scour the professional ranks, the American League, the National League, the Negro League.
If Mr. Burns wanted the best Negro League pitcher born in the 19th century, he would have picked Texas-born Rube Foster. Foster played between 1902 and 1917 and dominated hitters with a terrific fastball. He also mastered the difficult-to-throw screwball, demonstrated here by Fernando Valenzuela. In view of writer John Swartzwelder's preference for funny nicknames, I want to mention Negro League star Norman Thomas Stearns, who everybody called Turkey because his elbows flapped around when he ran. Turkey Stearns won 2 batting titles, posted the 7th highest lifetime batting average in baseball history, and compares nicely to Shoeless Joe Jackson. What happened to the All-Stars recruited for Mr. Burns' softball team? Don Mattingly and Mike Scioscia became managers. José Canseco wrote a tell-all book about the use of steroids. Sports writers refused to elect Roger Clemens to the Baseball Hall of Fame because of his steroid use. Writers inducted Wade Boggs, Ozzie Smith, and Ken Griffey Jr. to the Hall. Steve Sax and Darryl Strawberry's careers took a nosedive after 1992, the same year Homer at the Bat aired. So if you haven't seen Homer at the Bat, or you haven't seen it in a while, you may wish to revisit this baseball classic.
If I tuck the bill of my cap like so, it means the signal is a fake. However, I can take that off by dusting my hands thusly.
Got it.
If I want you to bunt, I will touch my belt buckle not once, not twice, but thrice. If I tuck this here,
I don't understand a word he's saying. Why didn't he just let me bat? I wish I was home with a big bag of potato chips. Potato chips.
If you like what you saw, there are more shorts and lectures on this channel. And thanks for watching.